Mike Hendricks here of Hendricks Health and Fitness. How you doing? Hope you're well. I mentioned recently I'm going to record a video talking about some recent headlines that you may have read yourself recently in the newspaper or seen on the TV, talking about how obesity is becoming a real concern. And when I say real concern, I underline that term, real. You may have seen some of the headlines that the UK is set to become the largest country, literally, in terms of obesity in Europe. More people in the world are now suffering with obesity than there is people being underweight. All these typical scaremongering type headlines that will get people, especially like me, who's in the health and fitness industry, who's been in the industry for a number of years now, to do a little bit of head scratching and pondering and wondering what exactly is going on. So I'm just going to show you my opinion. Now, I think there's two things that's happening with regards to this issue regarding obesity, or people being generally out of shape or deconditioned, overweight, whatever you want to call it, obese. And firstly is the message that people like me is sending out to people who realize that they do want to change and want to improve. Now, typically within the fitness industry, I've always had an issue with this. It's a bugbear of mine, but we often, the way we market and the way we talk and the language that we use, it's like going to church and the preacher is preaching to the converted. We talk in a way that doesn't really appeal or doesn't really connect with people who may realize that they do want to get themselves in shape, but they don't understand the terms and the language that we're using. You've seen it all the time, and I've criticized myself because I've done it in the past before, in terms of images that we use, the terminologies that we talk about, by going to the gym and working really hard and getting beast mode on and sweating till you drop dead, and doing these, even the term like boot camp gives a certain connotation that it's going to be a difficult workout session, and some people will resonate with that and that will appeal to certain people, but other people it will just put them off straight away. So that's one of the issues in terms of the language that we use and the way we communicate. I think that's something that we as fitness instructors, personal trainers, sports therapists, nutritionists, whatever you want to call us or call ourselves, need to improve and look at, and how we spread our message, if you like, share our word of good, our gospel of health and fitness to the wider community. It has to be done in a way that's going to appeal and make people think, actually, yeah, I can get involved in that. That's not going to kill me. That's not going to be something that I cannot do. I'm going to find overly difficult. Maybe a challenge, but you don't really achieve anything without a challenge in life. So the language and the way we communicate needs to be addressed. Now, the other thing I think that's going on as well is that people are shirking responsibility. Yes, we like to blame. In any situation we have, as long as someone else can take the blame, we feel all right. And I think that's what's, to a degree, that's what's going on when we're talking about a large population, a large percentage, of the population is now in this condition where they're out of shape, overweight, obese, and that's because they are not taking personal responsibility of the situation and dealing with themselves. Yes, I understand there are certain things that may have contributed, the messages that we get in terms of the foods we eat. There's so many different diets out there. Where do you start? So many different ways of exercising. Where do you start? We live in a stressful world. Day to day, things are going on all the time. We very, very rarely switch off, so our stress levels are higher than they've ever been. There's all these variables, but at the end of the day, you and I have to take personal responsibility for where we are and where we want to go. Let me give you a story. I have a friend who comes and trains with myself, and he was telling me about a lady that recently joined a gym where he does kickboxing and martial arts. Now, this lady, you may be able to relate to. She got married a few years back, settled into the norm, had a few kids, but gradually found herself getting overweight, getting bigger each month, getting bigger each year, until she bumped into a friend of this said trainer, and she was talking about how they go down to the gym and how they do kickboxing and how they do martial arts and just generally working out, looking after themselves. So she thought she'd go down, but when she went down and she saw what everyone was doing, she thought, no, this isn't for me, I'm not going to be able to do this. Until my friend, the trainer, said, just come on, give it a go. We'll just do some messing around, some simple pad work. She did the pad work and she absolutely loved it. She then decided to set herself a goal, and that goal was to enter into a charity boxing competition. Now, the boxing competition that she entered was only something like 8 or 9 weeks away, so it wasn't long, but she gave herself a specific target. Within that time from when she started doing the training, which she was doing 3-4 times a week, and to the time when the boxing match came round, she was doing short bursts of exercise 2-3 times a week, improving her fitness, and in that time she dropped over a stone in weight because she just focused on that particular goal, wanted to get herself fit and in shape for that particular event. She did the event not too long back, and in the category that she was pitched in against other female competitors, she actually won. It wasn't a big thing, it wasn't like, you know, a massive competition where they were boxing for 12 3-minute rounds. It was just something that went on for about 2 or 3 minutes, but she achieved it. But the point is that she took responsibility. She realized that she wasn't in a position that she was happy with. So she got up, she got herself down to the gym 2 or 3 times a week, said to the family, this is what I'm going to be doing now. Spoke with her husband gave her full support, and on her way to that goal of getting herself fit for that boxing competition, she lost over a stone in weight. So what I'm saying here, guys, is that you have to take responsibility. Yes, I understand that there are certain things that we as professionals need to do to help get our message across, but regardless of where you are, you may be like that lady, had a couple of kids and not finding yourself in the best of condition. You may be struggling with some issues like back pain, or poor flexibility, or low energy, or low self-confidence, and low feeling about the way you look. You may be someone who is wanting to get back into a certain dress size. You may be someone who's realized it's springtime now and summer's not too far away, and you want to get yourself looking well for the summer. You have to take responsibility. So that's my little rant, talking about those few issues that obviously are quite recent in terms of being in the newspaper, and you may have seen them yourself. So take responsibility, guys. That's the thing that I'm encouraging to do. By you taking responsibility, you not blaming anyone else, you taking charge of your situation, you will improve. You can get to your particular goal regardless of where you find yourself now. Okay, Mike Hendricks signing out. Peace.